for those of you who watch San Antonio, this is actually the team, pretty much the exact team that Giovanni Costa won with, right? And actually, when they faced yesterday, Hayley did beat him in top cut. So it is a rematch from yesterday. And honestly, I mean, no one's really running a team like Gio's, right? Like he did win with it, but no one's really been able to replicate what he's been doing. Right. So it's still quite a unique team.
Yeah.
And again, Hayley's is also. I mean, it's a nice twist on the double glide stuff.
Right.
You know, so it's very interesting with what they're gonna come up with. Hayley, although Hayley might have a kind of a hard time, right? Because she has a lot of priority on her team, and that one giraffe
is gonna block everything.
Is gonna block everything. So she needs to play into the she needs to play to you know, take care of that fur graph. But the thing is, right, is Furgraph does have the protect. It actually puts on a lot of pressure with its life orb, right? So even if you want to KO it, unless you have like something like a really strong Urshifu, you can't really get through that protect at all, right?
Yes.
So like it's actually very Gio, very good player, right? Both players in their own right. They're gonna have to be able to play around that Furgraph's protect, right? And also Furgraph could easily just set up Trick Room and just fire off Psyshocks and Hyper Voices, right? And just make and actually Gio's gonna actually that was the last lock-in format. He brought it in the back, so it's actually very interesting, right? Because that's actually how he likes to play, right? He doesn't like to reveal that he brought the Furgraph. He always like to bring it in the back,
and that's great mind games.
Yeah, and I mean sometimes the hands Furgraph lead is like really strong. He can make a lot of use out of it, but in this case, right, with so much priority on Hayley's team, he's trying to
catch her off guard.
Yeah, catch her off guard, right? And to be fair, though, these players have known each other for like years.
Yes.
Yeah,
they are veterans of the game.
They've been playing since they've known each other since like 2016. Right. So I mean, there might be some extra mind games going on there. That we don't even know.
We don't even know what's going on. Right.
So like I mean, there's a bunch of layers to this matchup. So
here's your single strike and Flutter main lead with against the Dragonite and Overpawn Heartflame.
Yeah. So this is this is interesting because we know that it's a booster and it's the booster speed variant of the Flutter main here coming out from Gio here, right? So it does have access to the protect, and so does the Urshifu single strike because it's a focus sash. So they can actually scout if she wants to play it like that. I mean, if Gio wants to play it like that, he can double protect just to scout what the Dragonite's locked into, right? And honestly, that's kind of like Gio's signature thing, you know, just playing it safe, just double protect. Like I like to do that too.
Don't bait out bait out what they're gonna do. And Hayley very smartly switching off the Dragonite.
Repositions and actually resets the fake out.
Yes.
Well, yeah. No, that doesn't reset the fake out, but like she sets up the fake out.
She sets up the fake out, and potentially baits out the protects here if Gio protect.
Yeah, but if Gio doesn't decide to protect, the Sogarpon's gonna smack something like right in the
head. And so exactly.
Yeah, at least break the focus sash of the Urshifu single strike here. Yeah, but crucially, it is faster than the single strike, right? Because just naturally and smartly, Gio protects with the Flutter main.
Yes. Yeah. As you should. Don't want to be taking too much damage.
Oh, he double protected, you know, just how we thought.
Yeah, just how we thought, yeah. And this is a very good play from Hayley, being able to switch in the boom and get the grassy glide spams starting. Look, Hayley seems to be in a very offensive position, but this is what Giovanni has been looking for. Right now, he can easily switch into Furgraph to get and block the
double glides here, and he gets his free sucker punch into this Ogerpon here, right?
Yeah, and he
but crucially, right, does Hayley fall for it, right? Because she could easily just follow me away that sucker punch if he thinks he went for it. If she thinks she went for it. So, and there's Terra Dark too, so if it hits something, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's a Urshifu single strike. Very strong Mon here. So let's see what he does. She does go there. But does she actually attack regularly with the Ogerpon here? Oh, she does. Does it target into the Furgraph?
Oh, it targets into the Urshifu. And now Urshifu, having consumed the focus sash, has another chance to hit hard.
Yeah, he does. He did go for the Wicked Blow, right?
And Terra Dark Wicked Blow comes in and targets the Ogerpon.
That's probably
gonna knock out. And
That was a very good play. Honestly, I actually thought he could Sucker Punch for some reason, but then I didn't see it go through.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe he like switched at the last minute, or didn't see. But I mean, that's a very good play by Gio there, blocking the grassy glide.
Yes.
I think Hayley went for the safest play she could have, technically, right? I mean, she could have easily just doubled up into the Urshifu, but like it was like it was a little risky there, right? Because if the Fluttermane went for an attack, it would have been pretty rough for
And these are the kind of mind games you're be having to deal with if you're playing the same person over and over and over again, right?
Yeah, so I mean, now Gio's actually in a commanding position, right? Because again, Fergraph protects, right? That gives it a little more longevity. So he's actually maybe baiting something to come in. And she's going for the Wicked Blow again, Gio, and picks up the Rillaboom too.
Again, these mons on Hayley's side are not as defensively trained, right? This is hyper offense, Grassy Glide spam, right? And Gio's taking perfect advantage of that by bringing in the Photograph to prevent Grassy Glide spam and using Urshifu's decently fast speeds to take advantage of freaking easy knockouts without having to get hit by priority.
Yeah, and then that was again, it was just came down to that one turn where the sash was broken, but there was no follow-up damage into it, right? So now the Floodmane coming out and providing an insane amount of pressure here, and Hayley's already used her Terra, yeah. So I mean, Floodmane could just like slowly just Moonblast one of these guys, or even Icy Wind just to get damage. They can't use any of their priority moves. They just have to use, and Flutter's just naturally faster than both of them. So it's Gio's positioned himself really well. Urshifu taking 2 quick knockouts. With the Fergraph here, and actually he's switching it out to get a better position because he knows that Hayley's probably not going to go for these priority moves. Yeah.
And it's likely that
and Flutter's not even affected by those priority moves.
And you want to start taking down the. You want to start to prioritize the Fluttermane. As it clicking Moonblast into Dragonite and Iron Hands is never a fun experience. And you want the amount of damage that this little ghost does is insane.
Oh, and actually, Hayley did a nice read. She doubled into the Fergraph slot, which is not a bad play here. But to be fair, right, booster speed Fluttermanes aren't necessarily like always the most powerful, right? So honestly, it can survive, just like it happened right there, just like I was about to say. And the Rock Slide, it misses the Fluttermane. But do we see the Heavy Slam coming up from the Iron Hands?
No,
like,
the flinch. It flinched, the flinch, right? And this is such a smart play from Field to make out the Iron Hands and use that one turn to put as much damage as possible onto the other slots.
And yeah, now it's looking a little tough here, right? And actually, she just goes straight for the Moonblast. And let's see, I mean, maybe she Heavy Slams into this slot, right? But then it would just be Iron Hands versus
she's in a Wild Charge,
and not she has Ice Punch instead of Heavy Slam, so she has to go for that. And even if she did get the KO there, she still has to deal with the Fergraph in the back. And the deal super effective Psyshock damage, which actually does not hit Iron Hands' special defense stat, and Assault Vest virtually useless there, right? And Psyshock being super effective and stuff. But Gio cleans it up with very again that one. It was just that one crucial turn where Urshifu was just able to keep going off,
being able to easily shrug off that Grassy Glide is so.
And then, again, that's Gio's signature thing. He just he plays the Fergraph like he managed to play the Fergraph like so aggressively, even though it has like it has a defensive ability. You know what I mean? Yeah. And a lot of people like playing it defensively, like including myself when I played it a lot, right? I'll use it more as a defensive mon that just like sticks around on the field, not necessarily like also puts on pressure, right? And I think there have been a lot of Fergraphs that have just been like running Rocky Helmet and stuff just to block the priority but not put out too much pressure. But I think Gio, by the end of this reg, has really figured out how to. I wouldn't say he solved the Pokemon, because like the defensive builds are still good, right. But he's the first one to really pioneer this way of playing the one, and still using the same classic. It's still a classic combination of Iron Hands Fergraph. It's just that Forgraph could usually take most hits normally,
Right.
right? And it's just yeah. Again, he's playing really well. I mean, he's been. I mean, I'm sure since you've been coming to locals all, he's been playing this team all year.
Yeah, he's been playing
ever since the beginning.
Ever since the beginning.
Of regulation.
And we could actually say that for Hayley. And
Yeah.
these two players are like consistently making top cut. They're performing very strongly, and it really goes to show the importance of
just sticking to a team.
just sticking to a team. And often a lot of players like to
Switch it around.
try to enter the meta. But what these players have been doing is the opposite. They've perfected their craft. They've perfected all there is to this game of Pokemon.
Yeah.
PC. And it really shows
with this one team, you know, like yeah. So I mean, you know, there's a lot of there's always a lot of debates where like whether you want to play to the meta or play the comfort, right? And these two players, they're proof that you know comfort can come out on top more time, even if it's a bad matchup.
Even if it's a bad matchup. Right. And here comes the icy one from the Flutter main. I'm not sure if it's enough of a speed draw for Golden Go to outspeed and make it right.
Oh no, it's not. The Shadow Ball goes into this Goldengo.
Right. And unfortunately, out.
Like with a crit.
Right. Oh, it was a crit, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe that mattered. Maybe that didn't.
Maybe
from what I know, Hayley's Flutter main is a timid one.
Right. So it's a very right. It's quite
so
fast.
that's why I was able to still outspeed after the
right.
So maybe that you know maybe that was the reason Goldengo might have lived, because I know Geo likes his really bulky.
Right.
Yeah.
And here comes in the Rigorap, likely to prevent it doing too much damage with the Grassy Glide.
Yeah.
And it's not like because Goldengo is down, Geo is like completely in a loop.
Yeah.
He can put a lot of pressure with Ice Shock on knockout. And again, as you said, Ice Shock targets the defensive stat on that speed.
And it actually hits Flutter main for a lot, believe it or not. Yeah.
And actually Geo has talked to me about on multiple occasions that no one really knows the calcs to Side Shock, and personally I don't. So maybe I also need to look into that kind of, so I can.
Especially Life Orb from Forgraph, right? Like Forgraph's special attack is not like insanely high. Or 110, it's all right. But like paired with Life Orb, paired with like you don't really know what Side Shock does. And Hayley's, Geo's going for the Moonblast.
Into the Rillaboom.
Actually, very interesting that he did that, right? Hayley, I guess he expected Hayley to protect on the on her Flutter main, but that's actually really good now because I believe this picks up the KO.
Yes.
Right, and but we do have to worry about the draft retaliation. Most likely, just going to be a Side Shot.
But let's not forget that.
He actually goes to the Trick Room.
And
actually, that's a very heads-up play, right? Because he's actually thinking a little bit more ahead than just taking the knockout.
Right.
And then just opens up Iron Hands to just go crazy now.
Right. And now the Iron Hands can literally click Heavy Slam, click whatever it wants, and who's gonna stop it?
And actually, this is just something I've been told outside of the game, right? Hayley's Iron Hands is most likely score because it is a speed IV1. She's told me about that.
Right.
When I played her earlier. So actually her Iron Hand is actually gonna go first. Yeah.
Wow. So actually taking advantage of the fake out pressure here and then clicking Ice Shock and
so I mean the Geo is probably gonna take advantage of that on fake out. But the thing is if he does do that, then Blood Main is to go.
Right.
So Hayley, I mean again, Hayley under Trick Room, right? So it's never gonna be first.
Right.
But how much this does? That is quite a sizable run. Right. But again, like I said, this Iron Hands can go first. But the thing is you don't know how much it's actually this Water Main under pressure. But crucially, the Sash is actually back
in the gap, right?
Yeah, actually, that's actually I didn't notice that, right? So actually, it could take a Heavy Slam here,
right?
And what it's doing,
Drain Punch.
It goes for the Drain Punch here, and does Geo double up onto the Water Main?
Yes, and he does double up, clicking Heavy Slam and like a Hyper Voice onto. And
yeah, and then that should be it. I mean, Iron Hands lives with one, but I mean, it's a wrap here.
Right, it's a wrap here. Unfortunately, Hayley falls so close, so close,
so close, just
right,
like yesterday.
right,
So
just
close.
like yesterday.
But I mean, she's proving her consistency,
Right.
Because she made it to the finals 2 days in a row.
Right.
So yesterday was a really big tournament. Today was a little smaller, but she had a harder road.
Right.
I would
right.
say she had a harder road today because so many good players decided to show up.
Exactly.
You know, when the pulls. I mean, she has Dragonite left, but I mean, I don't know. She's able. Do anything here either, honestly, because not gonna be the. I mean, so Ironhead is probably gonna go down here, right? But it depends on what this Dragonite wants. Believe it or not, this Ironhead can't do much to the Dragonite.
Chip off your Dragonite. Here comes a Hyper Voice. Oh, it did enough to knock it out. Oh yes. Oh, critical hit on the Iron Hands. And
I don't think that mattered,
right.
but I mean, it does sting a little bit.
Yeah, it does sting when you're in a losing position and when you hope that your Pokemon can survive it. Oh, and the outrage from the Furger up,
and this is actually very interesting, right? Because how much did that do to her?
It was around at 50%, and
was it a little? It's a little over 50%.
Yeah, a
right?
little over 50%.
Oh wait, no, yeah,
yes.
And the trick room up, so it
right. And the wild charge
now it's gonna wrap
knocks
it
out
up.
the Dragonite, and our Gym
Challenge 11 champion is Giovanni Costa. Let's go. Very well played set from both of them.
Very confidently played too. Very well done too on his set. Been playing absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Like ever since the beginning of this regulation.
Again, we're using the same team.
Yeah, using the same team. He's proven himself in San Antonio. He's proven himself like everywhere he goes. That this is a team to respect.
Yeah. Well played by both those two. So we're actually gonna be here tomorrow again, right? I'm sure you guys know this is like a marathon.
Yeah, it's a marathon.
So we'll be here. We'll be here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Saturday, actually, a lot of people are coming up. We're near the cap. I'm not sure if we are fully capped, but that's the big one, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of people are available on Saturdays, so a lot of people are going to come, right? So if you want the most games, if you want the best practice, I would recommend coming on Saturday. But we do want enough attendance on the next 2 days.
2 days, right?
2 days, right? Just because it's again like I know it's weekdays, people can't really come, but like if you have time, come over because again, I promise you, even though there are less people, the competition is insanely good still.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of dedicated players are coming out here.